Hello, and welcome to the Inbound Sales Network session on what is a number one Google ranking worth. My name is Andrew Hunt, and I will be your host for today's session. Like many people, I've often wondered just what being number one on Google is worth, how much traffic will come to our site, how much profit we can make, as well as what it will take to get to be number one. Often, when making a business case to your boss, employers, or clients, you need to be able to make a financial prediction, and we have developed this tool to help us do so. Why is Google so important? Well, quite simply, with 66.3% of the market share, Google dominates the search. And with 83% of all business-to-business purchases starting with an online search, Google is the place where people are going. First, if you haven't already, please visit our website and go to the section called What is a Google Ranking Worth and download the exercise files that we'll be using in today's session. Now to our search. A good place to start in finding which keywords or key terms you're using as well as the traffic of them is Google's keyword tool. For today's example, we're going to use the keyword payroll software. Of course, we do have to enter that we are a human being. And today I'm actually targeting just the Canadian marketplace. If you're targeting a specific region, you can enter it here, or quite simply just do a global search. Very shortly, Google will give us our results. Now, they typically use just broad search results, but if you're wanting to narrow it and be very specific, you can change that to exact. The first column here is just how competitive terms are. The second is the term one we're using today, which will be the search data for our local Canadian market. The third column is the global search volume for those specific key terms. What you'll need to do is simply just download the Excel CSV file for Excel and open it up. Two simple calculations we need to do is first, we need to develop the average score of how competitive our terms are, as well as the total sum of searches that will be done. For today's purposes, our numbers are 16,209 searches per month at a difficulty of about 0.78. At this point, we can open up our tool that you've downloaded from us, enter in the number of search people, as well as the difficulty. Now, for the client that I was using here, we will enter in these rates. When generating a website conversion rate, typically it's about 3%. People who use tools like HubSpot will be able to measure this exactly. For this particular client, we are running at 5%. Closing ratio is purely a metric of regards to how many leads will your sales force have and what number of them do they close. That will give you a percentage. This particular client is closing 40%. And then the profit per sale. That's not the sale price, but it is the profit per sale. It's the margin after delivery expenses. For this particular client, the number is $200. As you can see, our tool then tells you the approximate click-through rate, the estimated web traffic that will be coming to your site, the number of leads you could expect, the number of sales, the monetary value of the profit of those sales per month, an estimated yearly amount for the first year. Remember that as you are moving up the ranks, and then once you maintain your ranking. We've also estimated just how much time and energy using tools like Inbound Sales or HubSpot and writing blogs, Twitter, and really developing your presence on the net and achieving that number one ranking, as well as what it takes to maintain that ranking. Based on these figures, we have been able to estimate that for this particular example, a client could make almost $100,000 if they were able to achieve a number one ranking on Google. The interesting part we have here is let's adjust just which desired ranking they are looking for. As we take a desired rank from 1, where the click-through rate was 42.13%, and move that to 2, we see that the click-through rate drops quite drastically to 11.9. As we move down, we see it drops to 8.6 and then 6%. For a full listing of the approximate click-through values, you can click to the next tab. In calculating this for yourself, please make sure you are honest with yourself in what your conversion rates are and your approximate rev profit per client. Some interesting facts we have been able to find from this is really the value of the first 3 positions. As you notice in a typical example, if we move from a ranking number 1 where the profit is about $82,000 a year down to number 2 for an average client, it's almost not profitable for our particular client due to they do have a high converting website and a good sales team. They are able to still make a profit as they move down. But as we approach the number 3 and the number 4 positions, we realize that our diminishing returns. Simple example of this for this particular client is that for every dollar invested, if you're able to attain the number 1 spot, you do see huge dividends and approximately $4.34 in return and profit for every dollar. But as we move down to the number 2 position, you see it drops drastically down to 70 cents and then 40 cents and then 15 cents and 12 cents. With many of our clients, we have found that when you are below the 4th and 5th positions, the click-through rate combined with the energy to get there just isn't profitable. And what we've done with a lot of these clients is until they are able to achieve a position in the top 3 to 4 positions, we've been able to use pay-per-click to measure or to supplement. I want to thank you for joining us today. As always at Inbound Sales, we're trying to focus from click to closed, and tools like this help us to do so. If you have any questions, please feel free to either go to our website at inboundsales.net or find us on Twitter at Inbound Sales. Thank you and have a great day.